What's up, guys? Steve here with Scotch and Things, and I got Phoebe again. She's like my shadow. We're gonna go run some errands. It's a miserable, cold, rainy day, Saturday, and the wife and kids are cleaning the house, and I think we were just in their way, or they just wanted us away, because Phoebe is not a huge fan of cleaning, more of making a mess. This is some rambling stuff before we get to the actual video, just because I like to talk, and I mean, I talk to you guys because I've got a house full of girls, and you know how it is if you got daughters. But it was kind of fun. Spent the day with the older. I always, since they were real young, I always took them just out, you know, and just hung out with them. It was something my dad always did with me. We'd just go and do nothing, and they're older now, so it's harder to get them. One, they've got jobs, and harder to get them to want to do stuff with dad. But the state basketball tournament was in Lincoln yesterday, and so I took them. They wanted to go, and I remember going to it when I was young, and as boys we always went to it all the time. Even in like grade school we would go, and our parents would see, this was a different time, they would just drop us off. I don't know if they'd stay. I know they stayed sometimes, but they'd just drop us off, and we'd just run around and watch games and kind of mess around, because you could run around the whole top of the auditorium. It's a new auditorium, and it was pretty nice. It was my actually first time in there. But you know, they're in high school now, so they sat in the student section, and dad sat alone. But it is what it is, and the dog's trying to get up on the dashboard. But it was a lot of fun, and then I forced him to have sushi afterwards. It's a cool area, the Haymarket in downtown Lincoln. They've really kind of revitalized it. It was always kind of a cool area, but there's just a lot more stuff to do now. And so, hey, quit eating shit off the floor, dog. So they did not want to, you know, and I love sushi. I don't get into the raw stuff, but you know, like California rolls and what else, I can't remember what else we had. But and they were dead set against it and freaking out, and I'm like, it's not raw fish, and they absolutely loved it. So yeah, and then they conned me into taking them shopping at the mall, and that was an expensive trip. So Lululemon, the place, everything in there is $1 billion. But let's talk knives. That knife spin wheel clicker thing, guys, it is a game changer for me, man. I just, you know, when I'm getting ready to get going in the morning, I just click it twice, and whatever two knives it lands on, that's what I just go for the day. So it's been awesome. It's really, I did take knives into the arena, and my buddy asked me how that, you know, I didn't know if I was gonna have to run them back to the car if they had metal detectors, but really it was just some dude checking, and I saw like some guy had something in his pocket in front of me, and the guy asked him what it was, and he's like, oh, it's just a pen. So I hurry up and pulled mine up so the clips weren't showing, and dropped them into my pockets. But yeah, they didn't really check me. They made me take my hat off and look to see if I was hiding something under my hat. So I did get knives into a basketball arena. I mean, it's a pocket knife. I'm not doing anything with it, but it's my security blanket. But yeah, that clicker, it just, so what do I got today? And that's what the main topic of this video now. But aluminum's on. Got the Zon in pocket. Haven't had this in pocket for a while, and it's nice because it's helping me get knives in my pocket, because I'll kind of fixate on one or two knives, you know, the new knives when you get them in. By the way, the 40-day challenge is going swimmingly. So there's that. And then it got, this road is still closed. It got the Direware Tailwhip into my pocket today, and I haven't carried this knife forever. I was actually thinking of selling it, but I forgot how good of a knife it was, because I loaned it out to Dave. Dave had it for a while, and then it was back maybe a week or something, and then I sent it off to Rick, and he liked it too. And I thought, man, there's like 3 people interested in this knife. I know Dave likes it, Rick likes it, and I was thinking about selling it, but after I got it back from Rick, you know, that's when, because it out of sight, out of mind, right? And you have a knife that's gone for maybe a month or 2, and I hadn't really carried it before that much. I carried it a bunch right after, like with any knife, and you absolutely love it. And I got it in pocket for the first time today in a long time, and you know, because I was really thinking about selling this knife. You know, this summer it was in my top 3 carry for a while, video I did, but this one's got some sort of wood inlay, and you forget how good the knife is. It's such a departure from the rest of Direware's style, right? A lot of his stuff is bigger, like this is a bigger knife, but you know, they're bigger, they're spaceship looking knives, you know. I love them, but like this is just, you know, kind of a departure for him. It carries really well. So this is the EDC update on this knife, and which I've kind of covered already. I carried it a bunch when I first got it. It carries great. It's broken in, it's super smooth. It's really comfortable in hand, and got some jerk next to me. See what he's gonna do. God, people drive like assholes sometimes. But it's like, I'm driving while I do this. Don't worry, I'm a professional, but I can choke up because he hasn't really sharpened it right here. You do have to be careful so you don't run up on the blade, but it's got kind of a choil free. I wouldn't use this for like heavy, you know, like I said, like I don't want to slide up on the blade, but it does, I can put that front finger up there. It's comfortable this way. Like I said, it's broken in great. This one's in 20 CV, if I remember right. It carries well. It goes well in and out of pocket, and I'm really excited to have this in pocket today because, like I said, I'm still kind of on the fence. Like maybe I would, but just carrying it again reminds me how good this knife is. And that is the point of that clicker wheel for me, that spin wheel. Help get stuff back in the pocket that just kind of sits in the safe for my case. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's a great knife if you can get one. I had the mini, and like I talked about, like I couldn't flip that thing to save my life, and my buddy ended up really liking it and wanting it, and he thought it was fine. Then he started having issues with it, and then he sent it back into Direware, and there was some sort of issue, so Direware fixed it and sent it back to him, and he absolutely loves that knife still. So I wouldn't mind picking up another one again. And people ask about Direware's, the Facebook group. You can usually get pretty good deals on them, or just sign up on his mailing list, and he'll email you a link when he's got available knives. I've got, maybe I still do, I have no idea. I've got a custom order in with him that I'd spec'd out, and God, that's been over a year now since I gave him specs. So I'll just wait. If it shows up, it shows up, whatever. So yeah, Direware Tailwhip. Actually, this is the Tailwhip too, but look just how smooth. It helps because it's a bigger knife, but it's just such a smooth and nice looking knife. I'm really glad I got this thing in pocket today, which reminded me, there's a bunch of updates I need to do, so I'm gonna do those. Want to give a shout out to Javon Knife Nuts. Check out his channel. I've been on his live stream the last couple Fridays, so check that out. I've got an open invite to come back, and if time allows, I'll be on there. But just a genuine guy. It's fun just getting on, and it's just another outlet for me to talk knives and whatnot. And we talked music for a bit last night, but he's just a real sincere, nice guy. So check him out if you haven't seen his channel. Dog's going berserk in the back, but we are at the place to get some dog food and get her some more toys, so I'm gonna cut it there. So yeah, the Direware Tailwhip 2. Excellent knife. Like I said, thought about selling it, but once you get it back in your pocket, it really changes your mind, and it made me, I'd forgotten how good the knife was if I was thinking of selling it. You know, you're always like, well, gee, you know, there's, you know, say $1,000 bill or a $1,200 bill just sitting in the safe that I can turn into another knife, because I haven't carried this in a long time. But then I get it again and I really enjoy it, and there's some Mad Max sort of looking vehicle there. If you guys can see behind me, maybe I won't video it. But the dog is digging in the seat behind me, so I'm gonna cut it there. Direware Tailwhip 2, excellent knife. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.